Welcome everyone connecting to WHITESPACE Roundtable Session 2 again. I am Iresh Pereira connecting from WHITESPACE and sitting in Colombo right now. I welcome everybody, our clients, our partners, friends from various parts of the world. Thank you for taking the time to join us today and be a part of this great conversation, which is going to be on Uberizing your business. So let me first start by giving a recap on what we discussed in May, which was 2 months back. We started off the roundtable with the concept of Uberizing your business with the world's most implemented business management platform, Odoo. So in our first session, we took a helicopter view of the importance of Uberizing your business, especially in the new world. We all know that we have, walked into new circumstances. We are walking into a new world, and we are facing new challenges um, in the post-pandemic environment, in the post-pandemic economy, so to speak. So in that situation, it's absolutely important for any business to this to look at various ways of making your business more agile and mobile. So that's what we mean by Uberizing it. So when you want to Uberize your business, there are various aspects that you need to consider. There are various challenges that you will encounter. In that process, in that exercise of looking at developing a more mobile and agile business, you got to understand that what is absolutely important is to develop a digital business development model. By doing that, you will be able to go into the market more frequently and more aggressively. So when you want to develop a digital business model, a development model, there are also certain aspects of your business at the back end which you have to streamline and take under control. So this is what we discussed last time, and we had a predominantly a business-driven, business decision-making-driven perspective, to be precise on that, and we had a business decision-making audience on that discussion. So today, continuing on the same topic, but giving a more focus on how the one of the most leading business management platforms in the world, Odoo, can help all of our clients make their business more digital, more mobile and agile. That is going to be the topic. And this event is coming to you as a joint effort of WHITESPACE, which is what I represent, and our deployment partner, Centrix Business Solutions. So let me start off by giving a small introduction to WHITESPACE. So we are a value-added technology solutions provider based out of Toronto, Canada, and our regional business operations center is in Colombo, which is where I am sitting in right now. And we specifically focus on helping our clients achieve the future-ready business model and the future-ready business environments. For that, we talk to our customers about overcoming their challenges, and we also recommend the correct technology platforms, followed by other advisory services, and we also bring the right channel partners to take care of the deployment, and we manage the entire ecosystem end to end. And Centrix Business Solution is our strategic partner when it comes to Odoo deployments, and we are very thankful that they've been supportive in making this event successful and also fruitful. So today I am sitting with Khadija Kabi, who is the channel account manager from Odoo APAC, and we are very happy that she's with us today. She's been with Odoo for the last 1 year and carries a lot of great experience with managing clients with business management environments from all around the region. So, Khadija, welcome to the session, and very excited to have you on the discussion.
Hi, thank you, Uresh. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. But I got a small question. I think it's not diffused on YouTube Live yet. So, yeah. Is it?
It is live.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Arish, for the introduction. Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Great.
mhm. Okay.
Okay, so I will then let's get started, Khadija. I just want to sort of give a small introduction to our discussion today, and maybe set the stage for the discussion, and we can take it forward from there. So, first of all, we just want to, the whole idea of today's discussion is to try and tell our clients and also our partners how Odoo can become an integral part of their decision making when it comes to technology investments, right? And today we know for a fact that businesses are facing multiple challenges, like I mentioned before. And the biggest challenge is how are you going to take your business to the market using digital channels? Because if you are a brick and mortar business right now, it becomes a massive challenge, a massive obstacle for you to, continue your business, right? And also keep reaching out to the same clients that you have been reaching out for the last so many years, probably. So when it comes to Odoo, we very well know this is a tested product, a proven product, present over 150 plus countries with a 7 million plus subscriber base and 45 of core modules and massive array of other optional modules, which any business can look at and make the right decisions in terms of having the platform for their advantage. So, Khadija, I will invite you to do a small introduction of the product and also the kind of the work that you do in the region, and we can take it forward from there. Take it away.
Thanks, Arish, for the introduction. Again, I think we have some technical issue with the YouTube Live. It's not running. Um, is
Okay,
it?
let me check. Let me check.
Yeah.
I think it's all good, Khadija. I can see the screen on YouTube.
Okay, maybe it's for my part. It's still waiting to go
No, no, we are
live.
good to go.
Okay.
We are good to go.
Okay. Okay. Just checking one more time for my part. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, Arish, for the presentation, for the introduction again. And thanks everyone for being present with us today. Let me just go for a quick introduction of what Odoo is. So let me just share my small screen just to back up what I'm talking about. Okay, so as okay. As you can see, so Odoo, we're an ERP solution. We're an all-in-one system, as you may know. What we do is we provide businesses with all-in-one solution to manage all of their business and workflow. Um, So, as you see, we are driven with the mission, and basically, our mission is to help companies grow. So, we help them unleash their potential by empowering them with powerful solution, powerful tools that they love, and of course, they need. So, we're currently present in 11 countries with offices all over the world. As you can see, we cover international markets from Asia, Americas, Europe, even Africa, Middle East. So in numbers, we're growing so fast in the past couple of years, and we reached over 7 million users, happy users, and plus 2,000 partners all over the globe, and with more than 1,700 employees. That the number keeps on growing, and we're present in 175 countries. So Odoo has been deployed by small companies as well as big companies. As you can see here, to make a small reference by some big names that you can see here. So in numbers, during the past couple of years, especially after the pandemic and the urge for people to go fully online to digitize their business so they can keep on going, we have a massive growth in terms of users and leads. As you can see, for in terms of users, we have around 65% of yearly growth from 2019 2020. That's when the pandemic started. And if we compare for the last couple of quarters of 2020 and 2021, we had a growth of average of 67% of new users. So as I said, we're an all-in-one solution that is fully integrated and intuitive and scalable. By fully integrated, intuitive, and scalable, what I mean is we as a business, you can have different business operations, business workflows, depending on what industry you're in. So for some businesses, they keep on switching their tools from manual input to managing their data on different, using different applications from Excel, maybe MailChimp for mailing and all. So
Khadija,
what we do is,
sorry to disturb. I don't think your slides are running. I just see the cover slide only.
oh, okay, okay, sure, yeah. Is it good now?
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just a small question. It's all of our live viewers on YouTube?
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay, great. Because I'm not sure if it's still frozen from my side. It says waiting for the live to go live.
No. I just checked YouTube and we are okay. You can proceed.
Okay, great. Fine. So as I said, what we cover is we cover all different business operations with providing them with one and all solution that they can manage all of their business flows. And by that, as you can see, we manage it in one place. That's why we offer a different applications that can run your business. So what I want to call it is more of like a puzzle that you can combine, since it's fully modular, meaning all of these applications that you can use whatever you need. You don't have to download all of them. You don't have to use all of them. So you only use the applications that your business needs at that time. Because as I said, we're scalable. We grow as your business grow, meaning you can manage to implement part by part for your business. So set of application by set of applications. Let's say for sales, and then you move to finance, and then you move to website or operations or whatever your business needs. Because it's modular and flexible to do so. And because of that, we tend to cover several industries because it's fully customizable and adjustable to every specific industry that your business work in. Yeah, and yeah.
Great. That's good. So it's interesting that Odoo has this way of scaling, upwards and downwards, right? I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of products that we have in the market, has this challenge of scaling, and the fact that we can cater to any business regardless of the number of the users or regardless of the complexities of their business is fantastic, and which is also why we are really excited that we are marketing Odoo as a product in all markets, respective markets that we are in, right? I mean, we know at Whitespace, we are, our experience both in Colombo and Toronto is that if you look at the transportation market, logistics industry, right, under the services sector, which is one of the first few sectors which have bounced back well into the new world, right? And how they are looking at very seriously looking at digitizing their business. I mean, if you really think about it, in Sri Lanka, you have a large number of transportation solution providers. It could be a logistics solution provider, it could be a shipping company, it could be a freight forwarding company. If you put all of them together, you have a large number. And in the North American market, we know that for a fact that you have about over 3,500 to 4,000 transportation solutions providers, right? And we look at those customers. This is just an example, but we look at those customers and we see that enthusiasm, that interest those customers are now making to digitize their business, but also keeping the cost under control. So Khadija, I just want to touch base on developing the digital business development model for any business. It could be a small shop or it could be a large organization, right? So one thing that we truly believe is that it doesn't matter what your size is, you got to get there. Otherwise, you are going to fall behind, right? Because all your competitors are looking at it, all your competitors are investing in it. So you got to go out there and really make those decisions and investments. Now, when you talk about developing a digital business development model, right? One predominant decision that you have to make is how are you going to sell your products and services online. When you do that, e-commerce, becomes the most common topic that you need to look at. As much as e-commerce is a massive industry, right, worldwide, there are still companies who are still new to it, right? They are still exploring, uh, those online business development models. They are still reluctant to take that decision, right? There's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of doubt, and there's a lot of challenges that businesses face because of the way they've been doing business for the longest time. So let's talk a little bit about how Odoo e-commerce module can make this difference and also break those barriers in helping businesses really invest into developing their digital business development model. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, thanks for the question, Arish. So as you said, as I also mentioned, no matter what the industry you're in or how big your business is, from small to medium to big company, Odoo help you manage all of your work operations. And by that, what I mean is throughout the set of applications that you can use to do that. And for example, as I said, for small companies that they just started for e-commerce, let's say, they will be needing a set of applications, let's say, to first build their website, or even if they're in retail, they still didn't have any like e-commerce or online representation of their shop, especially after, like after the pandemic, a lot of this industry have been touched by the pandemic, that a lot of business found themselves quite behind compared to other well-established online stores or e-commerce stores in their industry. So,
Khadija, I'm sorry to disturb you again. I just got a comment saying that there's a technical problem on YouTube. Just hold it for a second. Let me first check that, please.
sure.
Just hold it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, there's been a small technical glitch. I'm just going to do a small change and inform everyone to connect on this session. There's been a small confusion, and for everyone who is joining with us, we really apologize for this. We're really not sure what went wrong, but we are okay now. We are good to go. Just give us one moment to broadcast the new link on the YouTube channel so everyone can join now. Give me a moment, please. Okay, Khadija, we can carry on. We are good now. Sorry about that.
Sure, no worries.
Yeah, so you were talking about e-commerce.
Yeah. So I was saying, especially in the e-commerce and logistic industry, that some people found themselves way behind their competitors in the market just because they're not digitalizing enough their workflows and still struggling with manual inputs and so on. Well, the good thing about Odoo is that it will help you manage all of these workflows. I actually prepared some case study regarding e-commerce and logistic industry where real examples of real businesses have been struggling with their previous situation when it comes to managing their business manually, and then when they went fully with Odoo, how it helped them fully change the way they work and optimize, of course, their workflow for that. Just let me know if you see my screen. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, great. Yeah. So we can start with the e-commerce, maybe case study. So we have Man Cave. They're based in Australia. So they're in the retail industry and e-commerce. So basically, they started in 2014 as a retail shop. And what they do is that they work with workwear, apparel, and accessories. And they're based in 6 locations out of Australia. So before they used to manage like their accounting on Yelp, and they switched to Odoo. And what Odoo made them have is they can now manage all their inventory and POS system for their brick and mortar stores, and they can manage it smoothly and seamlessly and more with a more efficient way, because all of it is integrated, and it means data are lively updated from POS transactions to inventory in their database. What also pushed them more to into the market is when they expanded their customer base through launching their e-commerce store, which is fully built with Odoo. So with that, not only the e-commerce website builder that they used, which is very, I would say, user friendly. That's the beauty of it is you don't need to be a developer to use it to build your own store, but also they use other applications to fully manage the e-commerce store, from sales, help desk for their customer service, planning, and of course inventory and purchase application, which make them purchase their inventory or their stocks from their suppliers. So they now can reach more customers, and especially with their customer portal, through which customers can easily download their invoices, and they can track and check their shipping for their products. So this is one small example of a company. It's medium sized because it's less than 100 employees, and the number of users is not that big, but also not that little. It's only 23 users. And as I said, even though they're just like in the retail industry or e-commerce industry, it doesn't mean it's only what they're going to use or what they're going to need as a company to manage their business, but also they will be also needing other applications to also manage this. We have also another quick case for a company that is in the e-commerce industry, but they didn't use Odoo e-commerce to manage their e-commerce business. Why is that? So basically, Discount24 is based out in Indonesia. So they focus on selling consumer goods, lifestyle products, but they sell on 5 marketplaces. So Lazada, Shopee, Tokopedia, Blibli, and Tintong, the Tintong Indonesia. Sorry. So they were struggling with manual operation management, meaning they manage all of their customer inputs with manually, with literally writing them manually through spreadsheets, their accounting. They also had to do 5 different accounting operations for each marketplace, and it was quite of a mess. So what they did is that they integrated Forstock with Odoo. So Forstock, what it does is that they consolidate all of their marketplaces shops into one place, and then they integrated with Odoo, so they can also manage to manage their purchase operations, inventory, and of course accounting, which made it really easy for them. So what they did is they had everything fully digitized with Odoo. So even though Odoo is a set of applications that is user friendly, and most of the application features there cover, I would say, quite bunch of your business operations, but it's also flexible when it comes to integrations with other providers to make your work consolidated or centralized into one place. So just to give you a brief image on how it works for Odoo. So we provide a really user-friendly website builder, as you can see, that is specialized with drag and drop. So you can just build it really quick. You don't have to use a developer or spend extra cost for that, and then you will have a clean website. But also from the back end, you can manage all of your sales, inventory, as you can see, purchase, accounting, and of course you can have dashboards that will make your access or reading to your data more easy and accurate, as you can see here for sales and accounting and all that. So this is
Yeah, awesome. Right. So I think the key takeaway here is that it's interesting that Odoo as a product has your front end user experience component as well as the back end operation management component, right? So this is what a lot of products don't have, and that is a challenge which customers face, because if you want to sell your products online, or if you want to reach out to a larger target audience online, you always have to have more than one system, right? And those systems obviously have to work with each other, and the requirement is that those systems have to work with each other seamlessly. Otherwise you will always have a disruption, or rather negative disruption of the customer experience. A good example is what we just had now over the session. We had a technical glitch, right? And as much as it was unfortunate, the lesson that we learned is that there could be situations where if you don't have your systems in order, right? If you don't have your platforms in order, there could always be a confusion in the middle, right? So it's great that Odoo as a platform takes care of your front end use experience component as well as your back end operation as well. So it's not just e-commerce, right? What we are trying to say here is that you will just get an e-commerce module from Odoo and then sell your products, and then you have to worry about so many other things at the back end. But then we take care of from the beginning to the end of the life cycle of your business development process. That's the whole idea, right? So starting from the point you advertise your product, right down to selling it and then delivering it, and also making sure that you do your billing and invoicing and collections in order, and also you work with the right partners in order to deliver your products in time. So all those components are taken care of. That's the idea. So with that, Khadija, we just want to touch base on another more important topic. So I covered this at the start of the session. And before we go there, I just want to apologize again for our viewers. We had a technical glitch at the start. There was some sort of a confusion where the link that we advertised was not working. But I believe now everything is under control. Our backend team has taken care of it. And if you still have any difficulties, please send us a message on the chat box. We will look into that. Number two is that I also want to inform our audience today that at the end of this session, whoever who is interested in talking to us about the platform and about making those changes in your business, you will be entitled for 2 free advisory sessions with Whitespace and Centrix Business Solutions jointly. So feel free to drop us a note on info@whitespaceint.ca. I'm just going to publish that email address on the chat box. You can always drop us a note and talk to us. You'll be entitled for 2 free advisory sessions through which we will talk to you about your current challenges and see how best we can help you. Okay, so getting back to where we were. So we mentioned at the start of the session, Khadija, that services sector is one of the sectors which bounce back into the new world faster and better and bigger, right? I mean, countries are opening up, borders are opening up after a long wait, and of course with restrictions. Airlines have started traveling, shipping lines, logistic companies, freight forwarding companies, all those companies are out there doing their business. Now, let's say we want to take logistics industry as an example, and we know that Odoo as a platform has been transforming the industry for a long time, but today we are in a new world dealing with different challenges. So in your opinion, what is the role Odoo is playing in helping logistics industry or the shipping industry for that matter um, streamline their business, automate their key processes, and build that digital business development model?
Sure. Thanks for the question. It's a good one. So when it comes to logistic industry and shipping, as you may know, it's kind of I would say sensitive sometimes, depending on the type of product that you will be dealing with, which means this is also crucial to have up-to-date inventory levels, routes, I would say scheduling your routes for delivery to make it more efficient and more like I would say less costly for you, or less time consuming and more organized. And also it's crucial to have everything put in place where you can see or have accurate updates on what's happening with your stock and which stock is where. I mean, when it comes to managing like the warehouses and also managing your, I would say the routing of each product and then also the shipping of each product. The good thing about Odoo is that it can help you, I would say, centralize all of this information from customer data, customer information, to scheduling your shipments, to managing your inventory, and of course, everything is updated. I would say synchronized at the same time, meaning it will minimize all of that risk of getting everything out of order, especially when it comes to dealing with really sensitive products. We can, to better understand some of the cases of some businesses, let's move to the third case, which is BCV logistics. So, sorry, BVC Logistics. So BVC Logistics, it's one of the leader logistic and shipping companies in India for the domestic market, and it's dealing with quite sensitive products because they mainly deal with diamonds and diamonds and jewelries, and these products are quite as you know sensitive, and it requires a lot of attention to details. And BDC manages over 40% of deliveries of these products in India. Which means they're already big enough with 1,000 to hundreds employees sitting in 66 offices covering 42 cities. So the main issue with BBC Logistics before is that they had their in-house developed software where they struggled with maintaining customer information and updating real data of their inventory, and with the product delivery and order fulfillments, and like all of the control of their flows. So even though they had their in-house developed software, but it wasn't, I would say, enough for them to fully or optimize their workflows and minimize the risk of error. So what they did is that they moved with Odoo. So they didn't deploy all of the applications for Odoo to successfully manage their business, to get back on track with inventory, profound understanding of their inventory, and their collaboration to connect, and their ability to collaborate and connect with their customers. So what they did is that they mainly focused on deploying the inventory app for Odoo, because through that it provided them a swift product delivery with highest standard of security, because through Odoo inventory they can manage schedule their deliveries, their routings. They can manage to control their inventory, where, when, and who also is taking care of that delivery or that product itself. So because Odoo was user friendly, with their user friendly interface, all of their employees managing the system were quite, I would say, not flexible, but happy with using it without any like complexity for managing their workflows, and it helped them sort out all of their inventories in a couple of minutes, instead of spending a lot of time to manage one operation. So this is just a case where a logistic company successfully managed to get back on track in terms of their services, in terms of their the product they provide, which is basically shipping and logistic distributions for including e-commerce or retail stores for different customers, even though they have a big number of employees, which is also critical at a certain point. If these employees are not putting all of the information right in place, or if not, they're not receiving all of the information right in place at the right time, it might cause a big problem in the future for them. So, as I said, for logistic companies, one of their main issues could be managing their synchronized data, or centralizing all of their data of their customers, or also the products they're dealing with, to put it back into words.
Right. Okay. So I guess important message in that is that, especially when it comes to deploying Odoo as a platform in any organization, regardless of the industry or regardless of the sector, there are a few things I just want to summarize what you mentioned, and also add in a few more points to that, Khadija. The key points when it comes to our platform is that you have a highly scalable, highly modular based platform, right? Which goes on the principle of one app at a time, right? Which means you don't really have to buy everything at the start. You don't have to, invest, high amounts of capex or opex, even for that matter. You can specifically decide what you want to buy, and take it forward from there. That's one. Number two, you can also scale it up as your business grows. This is a platform which will grow with you, right? Chances are that it should not become an overhead to your technology infrastructure. It doesn't have to be a massive burden on your IT P&L. We don't believe in that as technology solution providers. We always encourage customers to make the investments which will grow with your business. So when you want to deploy a business management platform like Odoo, right, you have multiple options. You can do it, on premise. You can do it in the cloud. When you talk about a cloud environment, you can always look at third-party cloud solution providers like Google, AWS, Azure, or you can also vouch in for Odoo Cloud itself, which is highly optimized for the Odoo operation. So there are multiple ways of deploying it. And why is it important? Because our deployment, our turnaround time in terms of deployment is the fastest in the market right now, comparing to other tier one products, right? We have the ability to get you up and running within the minimum time period. We also have the ability to give you exactly what you need and also manage that environment for you from the time we deploy right down to the point where you want to either upgrade your infrastructure or keep it as it is. So we always come to your doorstep with the full package. We don't come with a piecemeal. We all don't come with half-baked solutions. We come with the full package, starting from identifying the requirement right down to deploying it and also managing it for you. Which is why I again want to encourage all of you folks to write to us, book your two slots for the free advisory sessions. We are very happy to get on calls with you, Whitespace, Centrix, and even Odoo for that matter, whenever it's required. We are very happy to talk to you and understand what your challenges are, and also give you a solution that can actually work, which will also match your budget. So that's something I wanted to add. And we now come to I would say, the most interesting and the important point of the discussion. We spoke about building a digital business development model using Odoo as an example. And there we spoke about getting the full benefit of Odoo e-commerce for that matter. That is to try and create that great user experience. And also you covered the areas on managing your backend, starting from inventory to accounting, CRM, sales, and so on. And also we spoke about the industry specific scenario where services sector has taken Odoo as an platform that can actually transform the industry, transform the sector. So we looked at an example of logistics. Now, the customers can always ask us, Khadija, why should we consider Odoo in the first place? I mean, because you have so many other products in the market, right? You have so
Yeah.
many business management platforms. You have so many CRMs. You have so many ERPs out there in the market. Most of those platforms are tier one platforms, right? And most of them have been in the market for the longest time. So why would anybody want to consider Odoo, and how does to be more precise, Odoo stand out in the market? If you can share your thoughts on that.
Sure. Basically, what I want to, and the point that I want to emphasize on, especially when it comes to e-commerce industry. So Odoo is a full business management software. It's not only specifically specified just for e-commerce to build your website or just to manage your inventory. What makes it different, I would say, especially for e-commerce business, let's bring a similar solution that a customer might consider, which is, let's say, Shopify or WooCommerce or one of these website or e-commerce sites builders that will provide you with an online up and running e-commerce. So the main difference for this is, first, Odoo is a business management platform software. The others are mainly for, I would say, just to build that e-commerce store for website development. That's why sometimes you can see them like 100 of themes right there, 100 of features just for the e-commerce store. But if you're planning to get, let's say, your retail business or just starting an e-commerce business and planning to scale it up on the longer run, you also need to consider different aspects of your business, which is on the back end, managing your orders, which could be pretty much done through Shopify and all these e-commerce platforms. And you also need to consider the inventory management, managing your relationship with your suppliers throughout the purchase orders, and of course, your accounting, which is really crucial for an e-commerce business, for every business to manage their accounting in the right way. And for this, if you decide, for some customer, when they decide just to go with the number one name for e-commerce website builder, or that they just don't take into consideration these also operations that need to be fully integrated together. If okay, for like, let's say, Shopify or WooCommerce, you'll have thousands or hundreds of third-party applications through which you can one for managing your inventory, one for managing your shipping, one for managing your customers for customer service. But all these are not managed by the same, I would say, entity, and you have to deal with different entities, and then you have to pay more for that. And the cost of implementation of each, of course, it will be pretty much high for some businesses. While if you consider Odoo, it's it will, since it's a business management software, then you don't need to worry about all of the other business flow, and you don't need to pay extra implementation fees, because when you'll be implementing it, you'll be implementing the whole thing for your business to be operating well and fully operating and optimized at that time. Meaning it's like your inventory is managed and directly linked to your e-commerce website, and you can build it really quick and so on. But when it comes to other big names, or big market leaders for ERP systems, let's say SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, and so on. So we differentiate ourselves or position ourselves as highly user-friendly tool that we cover most of the business needs of the companies all along, and covering more industries compared to others. Just a small glimpse on Odoo ranking when it comes to G2. As you know, G2 is one of the references for ranking softwares and online businesses. So we got quite a good review from that, from Spring Momentum Leader to top 50 products for finance, and Leader Enterprise Spring, and all other badges, which are quite good. And if you look at the ratings compared to other softwares like Oracle, NetSuite, and SAP, we're also pretty much at the same level. But you also need to take into consideration some parts of the comparison when it comes to not only user friendliness, but also the cost of setup, which is really crucial for some businesses. Not only that you can get everything customized or everything up and not only sometimes fully customized, but from the standard features that we offer that make your business up and running in the best way, but also you need to consider the cost of implementing that and making that, let's say, extra customization or just implementation of your product, and also the cost of the user or the usage or the license of that product. So compared to SAP and NetSuite, we're far way less, more cheaper than them. As you can see, for us, basically how it works for us is that you pay for the user and you pay for the applications that you will be using, meaning let's say you have 10 users and you'll be using 4 apps, then you'll be paying for 10 users plus 4 applications. And another cost that you need to consider, which is the implementation cost, especially when dealing with an implementer partner, which is a good decision to do, because our official implementing partners are experienced within this industry, and they've managed to implement several projects within your industry. So they're quite experienced with that. So they know what will be working good for you and what shall be customized or not. And that will save you first a lot of costs from you going around going to freelancers and employing a lot of people to do that, or also the cost of implementation compared to other softwares is way cheaper, even for when it comes to partners for all the service they provide. And of course, the industry adaptability, as I mentioned before, it's because it has standard features. All of each application has hundreds, even thousands of standard features that is customizable, either with small customizations such as adding fields, and so that could be done through another app, which is Odoo Studio. Or if you want to go deeper with customization and automation and using more codes, then it's easy to do through this these advanced customization to make it more adaptable to your specific need, like specific business. But overall, the standard features will cover most of the normal business processes, unless you have something quite unique for your own business that you want to deploy that is not present in the standard feature. So it's that's what makes it in terms of adaptability to more or a lot of industries at the same time. So that could sum it up basically in terms of why. Of course, you can go and check the differences in terms of other features for other softwares, but if you want to look on the general aspect of it, that's how why it's better for more businesses, and especially for when it comes to cost and user friendliness. As I said, because compared to other big players in the market for ERP system like SAP, Dynamics, and so on, sometimes it's a little bit complex for your own stuff to be used, and you will be needing more time or more resources to train them on that. And sometimes it's a little bit limited in terms of what they can do on their dashboard. Just to make it more adapted to this century, especially that a lot of business owners now, a lot of businesses are managed by young people. And of course, it will be even nicer to have this nicely designed software that you'll be dealing with as super straight to the point, simple design, and really create not creative but nice to see and user friendly. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we are almost at the end of the session. But thanks. There's a lot of good information, Khadija. So I just want to add a few more points to what you said. Now, why Odoo stands out in the market, why Odoo stands out in the competition, is for a few reasons. One reason is that it's a user friendly. It's one of the most user friendly business management systems that is out there in the market, right? So even G2 Crowd has recognized that to be one of the key advantages of Odoo. That is one. Number two, it's also the ability to integrate with third-party applications seamlessly without any problems. So the kind of the API integrations, and also the simplicity in working with so many other third-party applications keeps Odoo on top. And also the time to market, right? So we have the shortest implementation time in a standard environment. But of course, if we have certain complexities, or if there are certain specific customizations that we have to do, clearly we need to take that time. But then overall basis, yes, we have the best time to market out of all the products out there in the market. And one other point is that from a financial perspective, right? A lot of other products don't give you the freedom to go on a fully subscription model, right? Whereas Odoo gives that. Yes, other competitor products as well. A lot of those tier one products give you the subscription model, but there are certain strings attached to it. But Odoo, if you really study the commercial model, it is completely on a subscription model, and it is also on a monthly subscription model. So you can really go out there and then plan out your investments in such a way where you will have that system to manage your entire business, but then without burdening too much on your IT investments or IT PNL. And yes, like you said, um, the recognitions that Odoo has earned over time, right? And as partners, it makes us more confident to talk to customers about it. And also, since we go out there and always try to find out the challenges that our customers face, it gives us a lot of freedom and also that strength to talk to customers and convince them to consider Odoo as a platform that really can transform their business. So, folks, we have come to the end of the session. We were planning for a good 45 minutes, but unfortunately, we ran into a technical glitch at the start of it. Again, I apologize for that. Not sure why it happened, but however, we managed to get that sorted out, and I hope the rest of the session was smooth and clear for everyone. However, you have the opportunity to reach out to us, write to us on info@whitespaceint.ca for whatever the questions that you might have. Most importantly, don't miss out this opportunity to book your two advisory sessions with us. Whitespace and Centrix Business Solutions will jointly engage with everyone who will write to us and understand whatever the challenges that you might have, and we will come back with a solution that can actually work. So we are opening up the session. We have about maybe 5 to 7 minutes. We can take another question or two. So we are opening up the session for the questions from the audience. Khadija, let's give it a little time to see whether we have any questions.
Sure.
While we wait for that, I also just want to touch base on something that we started off with on the e-commerce side of things. If you really think about it, the total global e-commerce market is close to about 10 trillion right now. That is as of 2020, 2021. But within the next 5 years, the estimate is that it's going to double up, which means it's going to jump the 20 trillion mark, right? So in that, one important factor that we all have to keep in mind as solution providers, and also we encourage our customers to consider, is that there is the trend of setting up small businesses, right? That is the startup world, to be more precise, is picking up. It's making waves all around the world. It could be a developing world, it could be in the developed world. It doesn't really matter. A lot of young people, like Khadija correctly mentioned, a lot of young people are now investing their time, investing their career to set up their own business. Now, when it comes to that, one of the first things that they do is they always want to do this online, which means they always they are predetermined to build that digital business development model. When you do that, you have a lot of tools out there. You have, say, for example, you have Shopify, right, which is all over the place and which is also a great product. However, one thing that you might have to keep in mind is that with Odoo e-commerce, it's not just the e-commerce that you get, right? It is not just one standard module that you get. You also get the supporting services and the solution to manage your entire business. That is one important point. The second important point is that Odoo will grow with your business, right? Because the fact that you don't have to buy everything at the start, and the fact that you don't have to invest large amounts of money to buy the system is going to change the way you look at technology, so to speak. So our suggestion is to, when you evaluate a product, when you evaluate a solution which can help you do your business digitally, always keep in mind that Odoo can really help you grow alongside to your plans. So that's something I wanted to add. Khadija, if you have any thoughts to add before we wind up, please feel free.
Sure. Well, thanks for all of the insights that you have mentioned. I also maybe want to add a part where, like, people that want to either start their business or, of course, digitize their business, because after all, right, that there's a lot of people that want to start their business and they're starting their business, but also on the other hand, there's a lot of businesses that are still not digitized or digitalized, that meaning that their workflow is still manually done. And not only I'm not only like saying that they use digital softwares to do that or digital tools to do that, but also like fully manually done. I'm talking also about companies that they have been inherited by different generation to coming to the latest generation, which are people that are more open, young people that are more open to the digital world. And these people also like kind of struggle sometimes to by the idea of taking everything to a digital to be managed through a digital software, because they'll be thinking that they have a lot of historical data that is not like digitized, is still like written on papers or still on like Excel sheets. So they kind of feel, I would say, scared or about taking that to the next step. But for them, like, it's about time to take it to the next step by going fully digital, either from like a fully traditional company to managing everything online, or even from retail shops that now, especially with the pandemic, a lot of people felt the urge of taking their store online. So there's different aspects to think of it, from small to medium businesses, all to new businesses. So for all times or all or but doesn't matter where how big your business is, there's one solution for all that makes you do everything step by step, by moving starting to digitalize your workflow step by step in steady steps. And that's how that way you understand more on like especially if you're dealing with an implementing partner that will tell you like what goes first as a priority for different phases of the implementation. Or if you're starting from scratch and let's say launching your e-business or your logistic company or your trading company or whatever company it is, then you're starting everything from the right basis from scratch. But again, you need to start it with the right way. Just for some, just small note for some business owners or people that think, after just watching a couple of videos on YouTube of how Odoo works, then they're quite convinced that they can do the whole implementation by themselves. While it depends on the complexity of their business, they will just take it, I would say, take the risk and do everything on their own, and they can miss some configurations of their steps. And by that, they can risk the failure of that like system implementation. That's why it's better to ask the help of an experienced someone, experienced person in that, either a partner or usually a partner that will help you get that sorted. Especially that partners are are knowledgeable by local partners, well knowledgeable with the local market needs, and then the local market regulations, especially when it comes specifically to accounting and so on. Because you can also have the option of like hiring a consultant from Odoo, but also you need to consider other aspects of what is better for your business for that. Yeah.
All right, great. We took a little longer because of the lapse we had at the start of it, and so now it's time for us to wrap things up. for the day and for now. So from WHITESPACE and Centrix Business Solutions, I thank all of our participants who took the time to join us today. Thank you very much. And for whatever the inconvenience that you might have had, we apologize for that. However, write to us and talk to us. If you have any question, if you have any requirement, feel free to talk to us. And again, I want to mention, book your advisory sessions with us today, and that's going to help you at least understand what sort of challenges that you have right now and what the possible solutions that you can find. So Khadija, thank you very much for taking your time off today, and it's a great value addition to have you from Odoo APAC region. And I also want to thank our friends at Centrix Business Solutions. They've been instrumental in organizing this and making this event a success. So thank you, everybody. And again, talk to us and find out how you can use us to transform your business. Stay safe and take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Arish. Thanks, everyone. Take care.